here are some mobility stretches and moves for hips and also for your legs. They kind of work the whole kind of hips and legs, really opening those things out. So the first thing I would do is start off by just nice and easy, moving your hips from one side, your knees from one side to the other. Just really nice and easy. Like so. Do that a few times. And then we'll get ready to go into some lunges. Okay, so if you've got any if you need support on your knees, sometimes having folding your mat over can actually give you a little bit more support on your knees, because we are going to be on our knees for a little bit of time. Okay, so going into a lunge position, like so. Interlace your hands behind you. And now we're going to lunge forward, but not using my upper body, actually keeping my upper body nice and straight, trying to get my bottom to my calf and really engaging my core as well. So I'm already feeling this in here, but I'm just going to, so if this is as much as you can do, that's absolutely fine. But if you do find you can go forward, then just lean forward into it, keeping your body as upright as possible, extending that lunge. So I'm really feeling that across here. There's a nice stretch across here. You should not really feel it in your groin area at all. It should literally be here. Okay, so really use your arms as well. Interlace those arms, don't pop your ribs out. Keep everything nice and steady and stable, but keep your shoulders back and down. If you want to at this stage, you could actually take your hands in prayer. Okay, so your hands in prayer behind you and have them here, and that really helps again to keep your back open, opening out that chest. Or alternatively, hold your hands behind your back, like so. Again, opening out your chest. Give it a few seconds here and see if you can get any deeper. Good. Okay, from here, taking it further still, going into a lizard, going into just taking it forward. So you take your hands in front of your knee, put your hands forward, and then just bend low. Here the trick is you're going to potentially want to put this hip down and then go lower, but actually go the other way. So go towards your right as opposed to your left, and really suck up your core in here. Watch out for your Achilles, because you don't want to overstretch that, so move that a bit forward if you can, and then stay there. Some of you with flexibility or more mobility than others, you might be able to go completely flat, which is the full pose, and the full extension. But for me, this is good. And just breathe. Really, really relax. Trying to get that hip into its socket, trying to keep your core engaged and neutral and not dipping to one side. Chest is forward too, so don't stoop down. The hands are playing very little part here, they're kind of just supporting you a little bit. Yeah. Brilliant, come up. Nice and gently. We'll do one more pose while we're here. Put your right hand inside, get your right leg and right hand to press towards each other, and then twist up to the ceiling. Keep your neck nice and relaxed. And breathe. A few breaths there, and then just turn the other way. So left hand is down, right hand is up, and then drop that hip into its socket. So don't lift it up, just drop that hip into its socket, drop your neck and twist. And come down. I like to transition into downward dog. Take a couple of breaths here, and then go back into my lunge position. This time my left leg is forward. So start again, reset, okay? You're going to be getting quite a bit of a stretch on the front of your right thigh. Shoulders are back and down, core is engaged, and you lean forward. Reset each time, go nice and gently, and don't bounce. Check your tummy isn't kind of flopping out, so really rein it back in. If you can, again, hands in prayer if you want to, behind you. This really, really helps to open out your chest, open up your upper body, upper back. If that's too much, then you take it into holding your upper arms. After a few breaths, see if it will go any lower. A few breaths here. Again, remember you're not getting a stretch in your groin, it should be just in your front thigh and your hip flexor. Bring your hands in front to go into lizard. You might need to adjust your front foot to make sure your Achilles aren't going into your Achilles. Hands either side, and again leaning forward. So here again, what you want to do is not go to your right, because if I go to my right, I could quite easily plop myself onto the floor. But actually what I want to do is go get my hip into its socket, which is allowing me to go forward and then allowing me to get that movement. So just lean more towards your left and suck up your belly button to your spine. Again, hands are not pressing down on the floor, they're just gently supporting. Chest is forward and not down. Neck is quite relaxed, it's not really doing very much. The back foot is quite relaxed as well. A few breaths here. Keep rechecking as I'm doing, because I keep flopping to the right, and then come up. Good. Going to do that last, the twist on this side. So left hand down, left knee against left hand. Press them together, drop that hip in its socket if you can, and then twist. Relax that neck. One side will feel very different to another usually. One side is usually tighter, one side has a bit mobility. Breathe into that chest, drop that hip. And then to the other side. So right hand down for me, left hand up, getting that hip into its socket, and up to the ceiling. Down into downward dog. Just stay here for a few seconds and get that breath into your chest. And hopefully feeling a little bit more open in those hips.